The speed or tempo of your exercises is just one of many variables you can manipulate in training. Setting a speed or tempo can influence training outcomes, but isn't always essential and can sometimes be detrimental. In this video, I'll discuss why you may want to control repetition speed and the evidence behind my recommendations. When tempos are controlled in a program, they're generally broken down into 4 numbers or components. The first number is the duration of the eccentric or negative phase. The second number is the pause between the eccentric and concentric. The third is the duration of the concentric phase. And the fourth is the pause between the concentric and eccentric. When an X is given instead of a number, it means to do this portion explosively or as fast as possible. As I've covered paused reps in a separate video, I'll be focusing on the dynamic portions of a lift in this one. How fast you can perform a lift will depend on the intensity. At high intensities, you'll be limited in how quickly you can move the weight, whereas at lower intensities, you can lift the weight faster. This is why your 1RM doesn't move as quickly as lighter loads. At a set weight or intensity, more effort and force are required to lift explosively rather than slowly. Maximizing the speed of the concentric phase can therefore be used to enhance strength outcomes. By lifting as fast as you can, not only will you maximize effort, but also increase muscle activation and force output. Consequently, this will provide a better stimulus for strength and power development. Exercise science studies support this, showing better outcomes when training at a maximal concentric velocity. For instance, this study showed better strength gains on the squat with 6 weeks of training at maximal concentric velocity compared with training at half this speed. With regards to the eccentric phase of a movement, muscles are controlling this against gravity rather than powering it. Slowing this phase down rather than speeding it up will demand more from your muscles. However, this will also compromise the speed or performance of the concentric phase. If the goal is strength, rather than trying to increase the duration of the negative, perform this at a natural speed which allows you to maximize the stretch reflex and performance of the concentric phase. This means the eccentric shouldn't be slowed deliberately, but not so fast that it lacks control or hinders the positive phase of the lift. While deliberately slowing down either phase of the lift will increase time under tension, it will also compromise how many reps you can do. As this trade-off tends to hinder strength gains, I generally advocate for maximizing the speed of the concentric and simply controlling the negative. However, there are some applications for which slowing reps down could be beneficial. One of these is developing control and learning the motor pattern of an exercise. Slow reps are especially useful for beginners or improving performance with exercises that involve a large skill component. For this reason, I often encourage 2 to 3 second eccentrics and 2 to 3 second concentrics for beginners. I also encourage slow tempos with handstand push-ups for those who fall frequently or lose alignment. Another reason you may perform reps slowly is to ensure weak points aren't bypassed. For instance, with lever raises, it's easy to generate momentum and use this to help you through the middle portion of the movement. By slowing reps down, you can ensure the entire range of motion is challenged. This is particularly useful when you're trying to address sticking points or improve your isometric holds. If you're just training for hypertrophy rather than strength, the data are less clear and you probably have more leeway. Maximizing the speed of the concentric still works great, but it appears you can build similar levels of muscle with a wide range of rep cadences. While tempo can be controlled and there are good reasons to consider it, many make great progress without ever thinking of it. If you prefer to keep things simple, you can work at a pace that optimizes rep numbers and just progress with reps or intensity wherever possible. If you plateau, controlling the speed of your reps is just one thing you can consider to help stimulate progress. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. For the equipment used and the studies mentioned, you can check out the links in the description below.